Here with head coach Jim Penders, the Huskies swept in a doubleheader to close out J.O. Christian Field. Coach, we'll talk about the bats because that was the story. Just real quiet today. What did you see from your at-bats against USF?
Just terrible overall. I mean, I'd like to say it was just when runners got in scoring position, but we had soft contact all day. I mean, the only time we got a hit with runners in scoring position, we managed to screw up with a bad base running read. It turns an inning with we could have bases loaded, no one out, or at least we should have first and third, one out with a run scored, and instead we get nothing. But it was I'd say a comedy of errors, but that makes it, you think that it would make it funny. It was far from funny, especially on a day like today when we had a nice turnout of people who this field means so much to, and we couldn't put on a better show. It was as pathetic as we've been offensively all year.
Can you talk a little bit about your pitching in Game 2, especially a lot of underclassmen there that really stepped up? You're an error away from the seventh inning from Angus getting through there with the lead.
Yeah, hey, the pitchers, we thought we only had Dandino for one inning. We didn't want to have to sit him down and take him back up with his lower body injury, and turned out, he was okay to go. But at the time, the training staff saying we got to be real cautious with him, and he's chomping at the bit. And normally I'd go to him there, but we wanted to see if Angus could get us through it. And he got the ground ball to third base, and third base has been a problem for us. Thad made some great plays earlier in the day and earlier in that game, and ball just came up. I was in between hop, tough play to make. He kept it in the infield, which was a big thing, but that kind of opened the doors, and then it was hit after that, and then it was over. I mean, it's like a 2-run lead feels like it's 10, and in our dugout, and there's no cure for that. We worked on it all week. We had great. The 2 practices that we were able to have with the majority of guys there, they did a super job making adjustments in the box, but there's nothing to simulate game time other than game time, perfectly anyway. And in game time, we are, for about 7 weeks now, it's been the same thing over and over again. When there's runners on, we're choking. We're allowing something outside our control to get a hold of our attention and mess us up, and that's what we're doing. I mean, and hey, it's my fault. I mean, we're obviously. We're projecting that, and they're feeling it, and in the moment, so we're all choking together. It's not on one guy. It's not just on a certain part of the offense. It's all of us. We got to do a better job, and I just wish we could have a pill or something we could take to get it out of our system. But the only thing that's going to work is games, and now we're running out of them. So you only have so many opportunities left.
Your teams have been notorious when your backs are against the wall. You play some of your best baseball. Well, your backs are against the wall. You're going to have to win a series next weekend down at Tulane. What do you want to see from the guys here over the next couple of days?
We seem to always have to do it the hard way, and this year's going to be no different. And we got to go to Rhode Island and play a good Rhode Island team that's always going to be ready for us. It's a tough place for us to win because they're so good at home at Kingston. But I'm looking forward to getting back on the road and then Tulane, we're going to have to go win a series down there. You just got to do it the hard way. And, who knows what's going to happen. I just want to play better baseball. It's so hard watching. These guys work hard, and they're a good bunch of kids. But, I want them to have success. They want to have success. But the pitchers, we were asking so much of them. They almost have to be perfect with the lack of our offense. And that's just got to end. It's the same guys in uniform that scored against Michigan State. It's the same guys in uniform, that were able to have some big offensive. I remember Sunday at UCF. I mean, we were tearing the cover off the ball, and it's the same guys, But for whatever reason, it almost feels like they're trying to hang on to something instead of going to attack it. You can't defend it. You got to go attack it every day, and we're not doing enough attacking.